Welcome to our very first episode of Beyond the Sold Sign Real Estate Unplugged. We are your hosts and favorite realtors, Lauren
and Naya.
Can you believe it's the new year? 2024.
I know.
We are definitely in 2024.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know where 2023 went. I feel like it went by so quickly.
It went by very fast.
Did you have a New Year's resolution?
I just need to stay in the gym. I started that last year, so I just need to not fall off of that, but that's it.
You and me both.
Yeah.
I usually do not have New Year's resolutions. That's just not a thing that I seem like I have.
Yeah.
And maybe because I feel like it's a lot of pressure and I probably won't stick to it.
Yeah.
But I do need to hold myself accountable for something. So I'm going to match you and say I'm going to stay in the gym.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
You're good about the gym.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I feel like, you don't need the new year to come around to decide to do whatever you're going to do. So,
that is true. Because I feel like when I did start in the gym, it was like the end of one of the years, like 2020 or something.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, y'all, we got a good one for y'all today. And I'm so excited. So these are stories that are shared from different realtors or just different people in the real estate industry. And they've all experienced this. So we wanted to share it with you. Again, we will never use any names or locations. And this is just a fun and exciting way for you to get tips, insights, and to see the world of real estate beyond the sold sign. So let's get into our story of the week from another real estate agent. And we call this one Birthday Suit.
So nudity seems to be one of the biggest problems at home showings. Who knew? So this agent representing the buyer was showing a house and the listing agent told them to go directly to the house. The agent goes, they ring the doorbell and knock on the door and no one answers. So they proceeded to use their lockbox and walk in with their buyer. So they go through the entire first floor, then proceed to the basement. As they head to the second floor to see the bedrooms now, a naked man walks by the hallway. The agent tells the man that they are showing the house. So this naked man starts making his way down the stairs to tell them that nobody told him they were coming by to see the house today. He was still naked the entire time.
What?
Yes.
So they all walked in and the guy, the seller is still there.
Yes.
Completely naked. Even after he heard them come in, he still decided to stay.
Right.
I wonder what he looked like.
Was it a scary sight or?
I'm like, it didn't seem like anyone was running out
Nobody
the house.
ran out the door.
Or anyone was ready
And
to
he
change.
didn't seem to run to go put clothes on.
So he may have been in shape. See, that's what we were talking about with the whole gym. See, that's
right.
Probably why we do.
He probably was in the gym. Everybody was fine. Oh my goodness. But I just feel like if somebody was walking, if somebody came into my house, I'm going to hear them.
That's what I would think. I mean, how big is this house?
Right. How big is the house? Because they walked the whole main floor, went down to the basement. He didn't hear them until they were coming up to the second floor.
Nothing? They must have carpet on their steps.
That's it.
Because there's no way you got hardwood floors and you don't hear anyone coming up or down the steps. And why are you coming down the steps naked if you hear someone? I just feel like, what if it was a burglar? Like, what if somebody was... That's how they were going to take you, naked and all. You was just like, this is how it was going to be. And it's like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
That works. So what is... You said that the buyer's agent who was helping the buyer used the lockbox to go in because the listing agent who works with the seller told them to go in. So what is the purpose of the lockbox if the seller is not going to abide by it?
Right. And so a lockbox, just want to share, when a home is on the market, there's generally a lockbox that agents can use to get inside the home. So the lockbox will have the key inside. They'll have some kind of code, or a lot of times we're using Sentry Lock, which allows us to do Bluetooth on our phone. Basically opens the lock, gets the key, and you can enter the home. And so this buyer agent went ahead and did that because the seller's agent said, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't understand I wonder if the agent announced himself when he walked in.
Yeah.
Right? Like after and even like, because the listing agent probably told the buyer's agent, go ahead, take your clients, they can go in, but did not communicate that to the seller.
Exactly.
So now it's like, okay, well, as the buyer's agent, do they really need to announce themselves to go in if they feel like no one's either at the house, if the house is vacant? He's like, I don't need to announce myself.
Yeah.
Why would I? Because the listing agent told me to go ahead in. So that's kind of, I would probably still announce myself, knock on the door and say, hello, anyone home?
Yeah.
But not everyone does it. Not everyone thinks of that, especially when you have new clients and, you know, you're working with people. I don't see a lot of people doing that. So
yeah. And he thought he was good.
Interesting. He thought he was
the
good.
listing agent said, go ahead. So he definitely must have failed to communicate that to the seller because he was having a good old time at home minding his business.
In his house.
As he should. But, you know, you got to be on top of it if you're having showings and stuff. You got to be ready to pivot, to go, so people can view the home. And somebody lacked communication somewhere.
They
did not get the message.
Especially if you want to sell. Like, if you want to sell your house, like, get out.
Right.
Like, you need to go. And I wonder, because we have something called showing time where we can schedule a showing. So I'm wondering if maybe showing time either wasn't working or if it was something where the buyer's agent did not schedule it so that, because the sellers do get access to that showing time app so that they know as well that, oh, someone is coming to see the house. Just in case the listing agent does not communicate with them. That's why we always make sure that the seller has access to it as well. So that is interesting. So at fault, I would say, who do you think's at fault here? Is anyone at fault? It's not the seller being naked in his own home, right?
It's not the seller. You know, that's his own home, his own space. But definitely, I would say the listing agent. Because if you communicated with the buyer, the buyer's agent, but you didn't communicate with you didn't communicate with your seller, then.
Because that's your client.
That's your client.
Yeah, that's exactly who you should be.
And you want to make sure that the buyers who are coming to view the home have an excellent experience. And so, like, you want to be sure that you're communicating. So I would say it's at fault of the listing agent.
And that could have still been an excellent experience. Again, depending on what the seller depending on what the seller looked like, you know? So I wonder if they. Okay, so wait, as the seller, would you, if you were in that situation, would you tell the buyers and the buyer's agent, hey, you guys will have to come back, reschedule, because I'm here comfortable in my own home? Right. Or would you like, hey, give me a few minutes, I'm just going to go put on some clothes and you guys can have full range of the house?
I mean, aside from any embarrassment that may have taken place, he might be like, I'm so sorry, you guys got to go. Like, I mean, but he didn't seem to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would say put some clothes on and let them finish the showing because you want your house sold. So they might not come back if you turn them away.
You still have to sell the house.
Yeah, you still got to sell the house. So
that's what I think. I would run upstairs, go put on some clothes, and either say, hey, this room is off limits, or just leave out for 10, 15 minutes. I don't think any seller should be in the house anyway when there's a showing. But, y'all, that's probably a whole different show. So, and I also wonder if they actually came back and bought the house.
I wonder.
Would you have bought the house?
I mean, yes. If the house is everything I'm looking for, you know, I know the naked man won't be there when I buy it. So if the house had everything, I would still buy it.
I would too. I agree 100%. So we always leave you guys, and we're going to always leave you guys with a tip once we finish our stories. So I think the tip for the day, you give it to them because this is a good one.
Just be sure to communicate with, you know, all parties involved. So, you know, agents, make sure you're communicating with your clients, whether you have the buyer or the seller. And everybody, just leave a little bit of grace for hiccups that may happen along the way.
Yes, and communication is key.
Yes, it is.
Well, guys, that is a wrap for this episode of Beyond the Sold Sign Real Estate Unplugged. We really hope you enjoyed the crazy story and insights we shared today.
Yes, and if you found this episode valuable, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. We are excited to bring you more episodes like this one.
And we're always on the lookout for more incredible real estate stories. So if you have a tale to tell or a question to ask, don't hesitate to reach out. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Bye.